Memo bi akwaba eba Melodies TV so. And then me the updates on a year Chema Wontumi case no Ebremo. What it is looking like and how it might end up. Now, the last time a year Friday, I think it was Saturday, Saturday, when we reported on the story, said DSC and they say no Friday, sorry. The EC and say nanka Friday ye be grant Chema Wontumi bail. Now so omoko hu say MPP lawyer in the person of Gary Nimakon akọ court. In fact, on Saturday Chema Wontumi lawyer eba betena my news my joy news the proof so Emma waka say sa action na Gary Nimakon ko take ye no. Ono Chema Wontumi lawyer no wonim. No wonim. Yambo na mane yanka hwe antre no. Enti ono nim say wakwa akọpẹ surety aba osi wono kra no enye na sede se na nko ono as a lawyer no se obekwa akọpẹ surety wakwa akọpẹ surety in the name of Brian Champon aba ye be siki bill na ma Chema Wontumi obeti an se EOCO fo na ka tre ne se court nsensem bi aba nti ye ntumi ma Chema Wontumi bill onkonko hwe se hwan a ono ane MPP person colleague oye lawyer Gary Nimakon ono so ye MPP MP and I say, inti or say on TSC say yambona mania, but apparently no, from Guy Nimakun's camp so no, amotre say, Chema Wontumi yere, and our koko who Guy Nimakwa wakatre Guy Nimakun say won't take his action. Inti as I said, as an MPP for Nangasano, internal politics. Inti ngrofo he him say and there, because that was the only thing a match Chema Wontumi say. Wontumi releasing no. That was the only thing I match Chema Wontumi releasing no, right? Because nanka Friday no, obenya bill nanka releasing no. Nti ende anopa to Monday ya Gary Nimakon akọ back to court. Akọ withdraw case no. Nti nanka case no ombe here no ochina. But Gary Nimakon akọ back to court. Akọ withdraw case ni say eye ono anoba ya oba be ka say Chema Wontumi case nanka say ni say na enko. But sisi ano watwe assign. And that's the first update. Now the second update they say Brian Champon and into a withdraw case no. The story that's coming through they say Honorable Brian Champon and Honorable Apia Kubi, who also serves as Chema Wontumi's lawyer, have arrived at the EOCO office to help finalize bail arrangements as Wontumi remains in custody. Itiende Brian Champon and Apia Kubi akwa PM ewo EOCO ho a omukra wo mo document a wo mo edeko na Chema Wontumi say ne bill like was say yedema no yitumi di ama no. So basically that is also the story coming through. That's what Brian Champon is also doing right now. Utumi hu say ade bia say so likely ebia ende or latest by tomorrow the bill na omo hwehwe no atiase Chema Wontumi ebenya. Okay, Chema Wontumi will get the bill. So that's the second update on Chema. Meboni ni na atofa what you say because kids we've been talking about it for a while now. Ti eboni ni na atofa na wate nsem na say. Anopeya sanso sorry ya. Yesi Ashanti Regional Executives, MPP Ashanti Regional Executives ni na afaka. Omo ni na atena VIP mu. Etushi efi Asante memu aba bepiem wo EOCO. Nti anopeyi demonstration bi a womo aboko jan a womo ye wo EOCO na nya asem ketwa na ensio bi ato anope ye nya ensio ketwa na ensio no hwe mo ba so mo ba no omo prepare to mo de mo renku to na nyama ba to mo begina EOCO ho no ensio na hwe omo pa but omo ntin kran we na kan kran no mo ti anko kofie omo ntin kran to mo ni bebi akọ omo si omo afri Kumasi aba Ashanti omo afri Kumasi aba Accra enkran no omo make sure say Chema Wontumi ye be release no. Ye release Chema Wontumi dia wo nyanko Asante memu. And you see for them I you can't even blame them. Unim de ntia. During the weekend no. A lot of people were bashing them. A lot of people were speaking against them say mo chairman Boni say ababeto no one crying. Na mo muti Ashanti region mo nyahwe. Even on radio stations they were bashing them. And so they had to do something to show. And indeed, ahumachi omaba be PM e won cry. Now, me pese read the comments on that. Na you really comment on that area, they should be prepared. Because Chairman Wontumi na omo pesi you releasing no. You release Chairman Wontumi area. EOCO for releasing area. Omo anhwe ya a state, another state's institution like the FIC. Ebekwa akwa no. Maybe they no so atra. But let's read the comments on Bana Womo Abankra no the Ghana for Eka. I see they've brought the illiterate. Oh, what do you mean? You're saying Nkrofo Ashanti region, Aba. You see, they've brought the illiterate. Is that not tribalistic? I don't know, but that sounds very tribalistic. Anyway, I say job can give opposition for. I say it is quite disheartening to witness such a display of ignorance and misunderstanding of basic legal principles from the Ashanti regional executives and member of the MPP. Instead of parading around with red banners, which serve no purpose other than to create a spectacle, it would have been far more beneficial and responsible for them to come prepared with sureties. It is a missed opportunity to show leadership and respect for the rule of law, opting instead for a theatrical gesture that does little to advance their cause or support their chairman effectively. Also, because he gives them some of the money to spend, and all these people, you for carry them all go prison. Nonsense. Inti asante fwa omo aba be piemu ewo eye EOCO anopa we ya mene okase e na Ghana for e pass comment we ya form nti obi asem a wo trend say asem a MPP for omo ntin nsem ase omo ti ase an komo waste omo time say omo fi Ashanti region but I see I want you for any person who is listening you should understand by this time say Chrome ha politics no. It is not about logic anymore. Chrome her politics. It is not about logic anymore. Because Nanka Chairman Wontumi the same way. Logical person being in a better so supported Chairman Wontumi. But politics no is not even about logic anymore. Once yeah the BB politics they should be bumper no. Or say anyway, I think one of Chairman Wontumi's bail conditions should have been the arrival of Kenufo-Yatta in Ghana. A sick MP was brought to Parliament in an ambulance to vote for Kenufo-Yatta's policy. Ken can meet the authorities in an ambulance too. Okay, I say way every Beatrice Annan Esquire. I say the only reason Chairman Wontumi is not eating is that he said he doesn't trust his party people because the last time he and John Kuma were poisoned. Hey, I say make any. I say MPP went on demonstration, called on Mahama to end Galamsey. They arrested people for demonstrating against Galamsey while in power. Yet, Wontumi is arrested for the damage he has caused to our forest reserves and water bodies, and they are acting like fools. MPP and sense, nah. I see, it be the money we want to. All this noise is going nowhere. In fact, pure water stroke bullfruit sellers are going to cash out. It is all part of the 24-hour economy. MPP folks are really busy, and that is how we like it in town. So people are sharing their thoughts on this whole Chairman Wontumi issue, no, the Ashanti region for Eba and all that. Now, the last update on this, because me say me de nini na into 4 different updates on this. Into the last update on this whole Chairman Wontumi issue, the FIC currently building a case against Chairman Wontumi. And this is coming from no less a person than the NDC MP for South Dai, who is the majority chief whip in a person of Roxin Dafiamekpo. Now, for people who don't know FIC is a financial intelligence center. Mama wati asese Ghana, ye wonkuo bebre state securities no omodoso obiane de wo hweso. Ati ase eba no say criminal matters are the CID and the police and the behweso. Ati ase eba no say ebia fraud and insensem. Ati ase no EOCO eba no economic and organized crime units and our crime officials who said EOCO. Inti if it is about ati ase ye the yadwin crophobia ye organized crime about sikasem Ghana ye economy na EOCO for ati ase And then yes, also it could be a friend of the Financial Intelligence Center. Into also a sikasem sa. Into enda me ne okase. Also raise issues, and you see all these people have different issues with Chairman Wontumi. The CID issues are omo with Chairman Wontumi no. Mainly with Galamsey. EOCO for also issues with Chairman Wontumi. Mainly with the stolen cars. Ati I say aside stolen cars no. Another issues causing financial loss to the state and the likes. And then we have the Financial Intelligence Center. And as of now, no, they are also building a case against Chairman Wontumi. Send America no CID case no. Chairman Wontumi a free CID na EOCO for chino. Inti FIC for so and I don't know how they are going to do it. So omonso omoba train Chairman Wontumi a free EOCO no. Mema FIC so akwa fanos again. I don't know, but let's read and then understand what's going on. We are near reading and also commenting ahead the Ghana for Eka. As a member of parliament for South Dai, Nelson Roxindafiamekpo has disclosed that the Financial Intelligence Center is preparing its own docket as part of the ongoing investigations into Bernard Nchubu Esiako, popularly known as Wontumi. Speaking on Joy News' News File program on Saturday, the legislator and lawyer noted that it is common for a suspect to face concurrent investigations for offenses allegedly committed within the same time frame. The same time frame. Embra na MPP ewo abemu ena sa aboni yesi Chairman Wontumi din ni na. Hey, I've seen a video of a year abrante bia or ye Chairman Wontumi ebusuani a wono kra na ene de se ya chi Chairman Wontumi. Because abrante no etre kwan according to ono no ya de ma Chairman Wontumi se wonyi a Chairman Wontumi anya kwan no ho hwe. Na wutie nsem ana abrante na ka wose wono kra no nkrofo nim se wo ye Chairman Wontumi ebusuani. Enti bibia na ye bo ni din enamfofo o ya na ebo ni din ene wo wofa ana owei webusuani ye de adwuma ma no ompese obeye ene wo sei ye de we ma no ompese obeye ena abrante no during the era of MPP ya bo ni din boni anti ende se aba na Chairman Wontumi nsensem we ni na esia ye nche no abrante ne nsem a woka no. I've also seen a video of a taxi driver o yusu sa kwan na yesi ye de ma Chairman Wontumi 45 million na yesi wanye no wo mu ni na omo yusu taxi drivers omo yusu sa kwan ni na edwa mu se embra ne Chairman Wontumi ndi. Now le entia Roxin da fiame podian so say I am even informed that FIC is also preparing its own docket. So this is not the first time that an accused person at this stage, a suspect, is investigated in respect of suspected offenses that are committed contemporaneously, he reviewed. And so basically that is what is coming from Roxin Dafiamekpo. He further explained the legal procedure, emphasizing that once a suspect undergoes initial police inquiries, a prima facie case is often established, which leads to prosecution. Mr. Dafiamekpo highlighted that prosecutors hold the statutory authority to return to court to vary or amend the charge sheet if additional evidence comes to light during the proceedings. Chairman Wontumi had challenged the 50 million Ghana cedi bail imposed by the Economic and Organized Crime Office, arguing through his lawyers that the amount was excessive and appeared designed to hinder his release. He has since withdrawn that application from the court as efforts are underway to secure his release today, Monday, June 2nd. The Deputy Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Justice Remsai, says Chairman Wontumi is under investigation for alleged serious crime offenses, including fraud. And so basically, those are the issues with Chairman Wontumi. You likely say the FIC, okay, the FIC will also pick Chairman Wontumi up, likely. But Koban say FIC for Kofa and the MVP for be super. MVP for be super pa. You read the comment here FIC there no. Now we are. I have there is an observation I've made. You see, on say Embrebi, okay, for people who listen to Senate Talks Politics, no. There was a time when I was treating allegations via Okatechi FIFA no they to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. So munya mo kaisa allegations no. Yes. When I was treating the allegation, I made a statement. As someone kind of said, there is a book by a friend, How to Lie with Statistics. Okay. Now, when I talked about that book that day, I told you, said, one way of lying is oversimplification of issues. Now, I want to say some people are trying to use Chairman Wontumi's case, no. Some people are trying to oversimplify it to make it look a certain way. To make other people our mountain sem na sinibi. Ebe ye say and they say we na Chairman Wontumi ye dia say the ye no yes morally ye bone dia na so legally na ye bone dia ntia na ye ne sa, and I'm going to speak on that. But before that no, ye really comment on the financial intelligence is it financial intelligence, the Financial Intelligence Center. Ye really the comment on that, and then I come to that. So see the matter chop hot who born dog. It will be because say what be FIC. So yes, some people don't know FIC. May I sure say ebimo bebre awomutie because this will be the first time you hear of FIC. What you say? You know FIC no Financial Intelligence Center. Now obi bisa Google or say the financial obisa grok sorry AI or say the Financial Intelligence Center of Ghana is located at 10th floor City House, Accra, Ghana, on Independence Avenue in Ridge. City House also houses the Bank of Ghana and the Ghana Stock Exchange. The FIC serves as the National Center for Analyzing Suspicious Transactions, reports related to money laundering and terrorist financing, established under Anti-Money Laundering Act 2008. Now, I think we've gotten an explanation of FIC, Act 749. Now, FIC no, what you must say, any Bank of Ghana for a year office, more like block bakumu. FIC, yamfane say, utieme na oye Ghana ni na unsa fraud boys na ya na omo jembro fufu sika no. Ati ase na ya transfer sika no kesie boom near the ababeto obi account. Nti FIC no omo ebeye triggered. No mu hu say sika puduo no. Nti omo ye triggered on money laundering nesa fraud ne nyama no. So hu ne say sika puduo bi ba beto wa account mu a obeyi Bank of Ghana for aso 3. Nti omo no mo hwe Ghana system nim. To obi asika puduo bi ba ya beto ne account no ye hwe na say bia wonye business person. Baby asika ni friends you suspicious. Omo be freezy na omo aye ho investigations. Omo ye ho investigations omo hu ne say sika no we nya no kwan paso ne nyama embra ene obedi. Nti FIC no ejuma omo ye no no. Nti people came to respond say Financial Intelligence Center. At yes here. So basically that's that. Nti FIC they are on the case of Chairman Wontumi. I say the law is the law is the law. I say if the system wants to grill you, gold bars won't save you. You need more than that. I said this earlier that this guy would be re-arrested after bail. I say man really they go through amwa. I say the law is the law. So a lot of people are commenting on this. Awamoka say Bimoka say I critical. Now let me speak on the people I feel are watering down the whole Chairman Wontumi issue. Me who say some people are passing comment say and Chairman Wontumi are there air to no in power no wodi mahama atem eba be di mahama eba atem intiana Chairman Wontumi ye ne de wo ye no. Please don't water it down. Don't water it down. You see, it's making a lot of people on social media feel say Chairman Wontumi wondi boni bia na nsembia no okafa vice president ho nsembia nsembia okafa the current vice president emra no opposition no nsembia wakafa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama no no ene na man nsembi to no dabi we issues are legally no ya finding evidence etia Chairman Wontumi aye ni ne edili. Don't think say personal vendetta be. It could be. I mean, there are a lot of people who are spoken or mark as His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. But some crofo no ende ebia wo munkonko di boni bia se yenkonko chi omo. Chairman Wontumi could have said everything he wanted to say against His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. But at the end of the day, say we ndi boni bi. At the end of the day, evidence be anywhere a trace Chairman Wontumi odi boni a. Menya sure say nanka adie we a eto no. And the people send America no, a lot of people are watering it down. The people who are making it also look like Chema Wontumi Ndi Bonibiano. I am going to read an article for you. And this article is from Fact Check Ghana. Maybe the Fact Check Ghana for article on this whole Chema Wontumi issue. And you understand what is going on. Don't let anyone deceive you. Say this whole Chema Wontumi issue, no. Don't let anyone deceive you. This is the article from Fact Check Ghana. Now Fact Check Ghana for no, what they did was that they laid down the fact. In Fact Check Ghana, they laid down the fact on whether Chema Wontumi was involved in illegal mining or not. That's here because one of the charges I did about Chema Wontumi so. I say is Chema Wontumi involved in illegal mining? Here is what we know. I say the Criminal Investigations Department (CID) of the Ghana Police Service on Monday granted bail to the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Bernard Ntwi-Boesiako, popularly known as Chairman Wontumi, after questioning him over alleged involvement in illegal mining. However, less than 24 hours later, he's been reported to be in the custody of the Economic and Organized Crime Office for another round of questioning. Details remain scanty about why the anti-graft agency detained him, but the police are said to have nailed him with charges related to illegal mining activities, commonly referred to as galamsey. The investigation focuses on his company, Akonta Mining, which has been accused of illegally operating in forest reserves, polluting rivers, and mining without a license. Under Ghana's mining laws, individuals convicted of illegal mining face up to 25 years in prison. Mr. Boesiako has denied the allegations, claiming that he submitted documentation to the CID demonstrating his non-involvement in illegal mining and clarifying that his operations were not within any forest reserves. His interrogation follows an attempt by national security and police operatives to arrest him at his Kumasi residence on May 23, 2025. The attempted arrest led to the standoff and drew a crowd of supporters to his home. Subsequently, Chema Wontumi voluntarily reported to the CID headquarters in Accra, where he was formally charged and later released on bail. The 48-year-old controversial politician who has publicly boasted about making money from mining is no stranger to disputes within the sector. In this report, Fact Check Ghana presents the available facts about Chema Wontumi's company, Akonta Mining's involvement in illegal mining. Activities in the town of Numiri Forest. In Fact Check Ghana, or her activities in the town of Numiri Forest. I'll say months before the government scrapped guidelines limiting mining in forest reserves in November 2022, Akonta Mining Company Limited was already felling trees and digging in the town of Numiri Forest Reserve. On September 30th, 2022, the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources declared the company's operations illegal. So Fact Check Ghana for say, Chema Wontumi, ese wono de wonye illegal mining bia. Mo amonso mo supporting no Fact Check Ghana for say as far back as November 2022. Na Chema Wontumi company efe na Akonta Mining Company Limited. E shetano Numiri Forest mo a omu twa eye kwaye egu. Osi Akonta Mining, registered in 2010 for mining exploration, applied to mine in the town of Numiri Forest Reserve just 1 month after. Just 1 month after LI 2462 was gazetted in July 2022. At the time, the Minerals Commission had forwarded the application to the ministry for possible approval. Despite lacking the necessary regulatory permits, the company allegedly began mining until an investigative report by Joy News journalist Erastus Asare Donko exposed its activities. This was the signpost. Akonta Mining Co. Limited, construction of a mercury-free blah blah blah, responsible blah 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 blah. Into a tremor, President Akufo-Addo shembra. Embra and say first no na Ghana. Kwaye no, yesimo obi anko tum. Ena President Akufo-Addo be shembra, embra ne ka say sisia no, obetumi akokwaye akotum. Ehwa 1 month after mbra no, na Chema Wontumi ne company, omo she kwaye mu allegedly a omo say no. And Fact Check Ghana say evidence or what say Chairman Wontumi the company was involved in that. I say crackdown on Akonta mining since 2022. I say since September 22nd, 2022, the Minerals Commission and the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources have issued statements here and here, confirming that Akonta mining was operating illegally in the Tano Numeri Forest Reserve. Inti fact check Ghana for atre MPP abaimu. Fact check Ghana for atre evidence say indeed Chairman Wontumi, state institutions like the Minerals Commission and then the Ministry of Lands release statements or more say indeed na Chairman Wontumi or shekwaye mu a otu galamsey. Or say on that date, the commission stated that the company lacked the necessary documentation to operate in the reserve. Later, on September 2nd, 2022, it issued another statement indicating that Akonta had 2 mining leases in the Samra Boy area in the western region. These were granted following a recognizance license in June 2011 and a prospecting license in December 2012. Also, prospecting licenses under Ghana's mining laws are valid for 3 years and may be renewed once for another 3 years. The Minerals Commission did not indicate whether Akonta's prospecting license was renewed after 2015. According to the commission, the company was granted 2 concessions on July 23, 2021, one valid for 10 years, the other for 30 years. Fact check Ghana's checks show that both concessions are outside forest reserves. So for the avoidance of doubt, Akonta mining has no mining lease, mineral right, and or permits to undertake any mining operations in the Tano Numeri. It was a Chairman Wontumi, yes. Gold now old to no. Yamane kwan se won to gold. Now so gold now old to no baby yamane kwan no. Any Tano Numeri forest in chain, any forest reserve beyond chain. But the obabe 2 year what Tano Numeri forest ne die yamane kwan. In fact, check Ghana for at the sansem nina aba. Inti no basically no fact check Ghana for baby release every single statement. For those who are saying such Chairman Wontumi undi bone ene onyehe no fact check Ghana for e de omon sema ba betuja ne tintini ni tieti mun say indeed Chairman Wontumi the Tano Numeri forest no na nimfidi gu ha omo san nyama this is what fact check Ghana said. In conclusion, the evidence overwhelmingly shows that Akonta mining held no valid concession or permits to operate in the Tano Numeri Forest Reserve. It lacked the necessary approvals from the EPA, the Forestry Commission, and the Minerals Commission. Despite earlier political protection, both the regulator and the ministry across different administrations have repeatedly denounced the company's activities as illegal mining. Fact check Ghana for ensemo de atoja no. Etiefo Chairman Wontumi nsem ni na ena mabone tofa amede bremo. Montre mo adwo comment box ni mo medase.